One of the dumbest things I've ever done in personal development was standing up in front with about 750 people when this ridiculous teacher got us up to say, "I am a powerful light worker." This was in 2004, and what I realised that day was a lot of loose cannons are in personal development. I sat there and I just couldn't believe that I was doing this with a whole bunch of people, and there's a whole bunch of people that are in this frame. And what I talk about when people are doing this sort of approach, fourth dimension upgrading, all portals and all of this stuff, I know that really people are diverting from their physical life. So it's really, really interesting around light. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a tip around what light is all about. So I've been stirring my kids up, getting them to say, "I am a powerful light worker," for the last 3 or 4 days. They're starting to get shits with me, which is fair enough, I reckon. So what I want you to understand is light. So when we're thinking about light is all the stuff that you've already accomplished. Now, where it's at and where we need to be coming from is actually darkness. Now, I'm not talking about darkness as in bad stuff. I'm just talking about all the stuff that you have not accomplished yet. Now, when you haven't accomplished something, it means that it's difficult because you haven't gotten across the road to the other side of something that is something that you've never done before. So you've got to learn to actually build a new bridge. So what it feels like is you're walking with no pathway in front of you, and it's really important to understand this. So this is what most people do, is they sit in the comfort zone and that's all they want. So when I transitioned from IT guy, I used to be a computer programmer. For people who don't know, I transitioned to become a healer. That was really, really easy. The reason why it was easy is I felt like I was just doing the very thing that I'd always done from a lifetime perspective. So I just jumped in, I got fully booked out, fully loaded, booked out 4 weeks in advance for years. Then I started setting up this academy and it was a stretch. Everything was a mess inside. I wasn't coping because I was treading on darkness. I had nowhere to go. The light was dark and nothing was shining, simply because I hadn't treaded in the direction that I was treading at the time. So what I want you to understand is that if you're in a place where you're doing something completely new, your job is to work on the areas that are stretchy. They're uncomfortable, they don't feel great. The thing is, what you'll do is you'll bring light into those areas because you'll be doing things that you've never done before. And this is what growth is all about, stepping onto the cauldron of change. I've had a lady who just completely broke down in the academy simply because she had a lot of mass. And she's finally opened herself, and she's really doing development in quotes, but not actually doing the development deep. And so we took her in to doing the work from the academy, and she's really shifted gears. So all the stuff that she'd done in her past is actually bearing fruit, simply because we don't divert anything. We work on all the dark parts, we turn them and give them a different perspective. So what happens is you hold a huge amount of gratitude to your past experiences, and then when you're doing something completely new, then it's actually focusing on the stretch. The comfort zone is the worst zone for our soul. It actually makes us not live. You might as well be dying alive if you don't grow and stretch yourself. Sitting in the comfort is never going to get you anywhere, and we're all searching for it. It's the biggest mistake that we can have. So in the world of uncomfort, in stretch, in darkness, is where all your growth is going to sit. And if you want to have a life that's unlimited, you have to go to the growth zone, which is the area of unknown, and get the support in that place. And if you like what you're hearing right now, send me a message. I'd love to know where you're at. See ya.